For the second year in a row, the Bills face the Titans on prime time. Can Tennessee take down the AFC East champs? We'll find out next on Monday night.
Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game...
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here come the Bills for their first go on offense, led by their Pro Bowl quarterback. Now in his 4th season, it's Josh Allen.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
On play action, Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. The numbers for Diggs from a week ago. 4 catches, 67 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. To the air, Allen. Open man is Jacob Hollister. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This defense for the Titans, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And he finds Beasley complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Allen to Beasley. First down, Buffalo. To throw, it's Allen. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Bills passing game getting him down the field. They've got another first down. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well. But that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out. Finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them. And we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now come the Titans for their first possession, led by Ryan Tannehill in his 10th NFL season and 3rd with Tennessee.
And the former Miami Dolphin had a career renaissance in 2019 with Tennessee and carried it over into 2020. A career-high 32 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions, and those were the fewest he'd thrown in a full season. And speaking of full seasons, he played all 16 games for the first time since 2015. He's got to be excited about 2021.
Give him 9 in there on the first down completion. To throw again on second down, Tannehill. He's got the tight end Ferkser right side complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 4 yards the pickup, first down. That's complete to his tight end Ferkser. A gain of 6 there on first.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 23 carries, 128 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Tannehill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. A give to Henry. And he'll get 4 there down to about the 12-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, Henry. He's going to be very close to a first down. Good running, but looks like he's a yard short. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
McCann's kick is good.
And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
From the 6.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive.
And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free. And
Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Allen. It's complete to Diggs. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. Here's Tannehill. Looking downfield for Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Pushing his way through. Still going. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Jerry Hughes too strong as he's in for the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Tannehill.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And Diggs has it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game. That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now Allen off the bootleg.
Open man is Marquez Stevenson.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. On the handoff, it's Singletary. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Singletary. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. They'll look to run with Singletary. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, third and goal. They'll try and run. Here's Singletary. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Devin Singletary. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Tannehill able to find Henry out of the backfield.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the red zone now, Tannehill
gets this to Ferkser, the tight end.
3 yards the gain there, second down. Back to throw, Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Des Fitzpatrick
with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays,
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And the lead is down to 4. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And Marquez Stevenson, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On the give, this is Singletary. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he gets this up past the 30. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on first down is Allen. That's caught by Hollister. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Allen. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Allen. Well, that's complete to Sanders. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Henry.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Diggs with a good footwork. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
Tucker McKinnon on the field goal. 8:50.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Allen. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield, but now it's 3rd down. Allen. Check down to Breida. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and it'll bring up third down. Man open, here is Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Tennessee getting the first down, a big play of 18 yards.
Partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
And now Sean McDermott going to throw out the challenge flag.
Let's go! Let's go!
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Henry on first down, not finding much running room as he pushes forward for a yard or two at most. Mario Addison in on the stop. Henry again on second down. Strong run, but they get to him just beyond the 40. The Titans on third down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 5. Tannehill. A check down here for Henry. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
And how'd you like to be a cornerback, having to come up to try and tackle that big man out of the backfield? Heck, how'd you like to be a linebacker or a defensive lineman? Because he's as big as all of them. Derrick Henry, not utilized a whole lot in the passing game, just 19 catches a year ago. But when you swing it to him out of the backfield, look out.
23 yards, the final tally. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
A.J. Brown is starting to get a well-deserved reputation as one of the top 5 receivers in the NFL. Went over 1,000 yards in his first 2 years. Makes another strong catch there.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 135 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Brian Hill, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are going to take the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point by McCann, up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. From the shotgun, he'll throw. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Not much there, only a yard. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Throwing is Allen. And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Singletary, they'll run for it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now he's forced out left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Allen. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
A.J. Brown and the Titans getting the ball back here. All right, so let's look at these numbers. I don't want to read the tea leaves here too much, but maybe he's in his own head a little bit after that hot start and the cool-off.
Sometimes that happens, and this is where you get tested as a player in this league if you truly want to be an impact player or a star, because that's what they're going to face each and every game. Extra coverage, extra people. So now, do you fight through it? Do you find other ways? Or do you allow it to affect you to the point where you're no longer an impact on the game?
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk prior to this upcoming 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Again, it's Henry. Breaks a tackle, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. He needed 9, he got 8, and that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. They'll run, it's Henry. Unable to corral him, he fights through and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Draw play. This is Henry. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. 3rd down, goal to go from the 8. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Tennessee, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bills, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.